As we have seen in the previous video, libertarians challenge the government in a radical way. Any justification for state authority must show either how it is compatible with equality of authority, or how it carries sufficient moral force to subordinate a commitment to equality of authority. Both are quite demanding requirements, as they should be for those who seek to use force on others, and who claim that those others have an obligation to submit. So construed libertarianism readily finds support from virtue ethics. That support comes from two directions. First, the development of virtue and its realization in a good life require freedom from the imposition of constraints of others, including the exercise of unequal authority. We must be free to set and pursue our own ends, rather than having them imposed on us. Second, and perhaps more urgently, the virtue of justice requires that we treat others as having the sort of standing that is institutionalized in a society mediated by libertarian principles. Let's briefly examine these points. It is through choice that we become virtuous, and it's in virtuous agency that we are happy. Having our practical authority over our own lives usurped by the putative authority of others is incompatible with that. So there is, at most, very little room for state interference in our lives. The just person sees respect as due to others because they are human like him. Respect and equality of authority are their share. That bars a virtuous person from doing a significant amount of what modern governments require their agents to do. Consider the fact that your inalienable right to do what you will with your own body and labor without harming others is limited by the U.S. government through drug wars and labor laws. That limitation is something no virtuous and just person could endorse, accept, or practice. Thus, in our 3 videos, we have shown the connection between virtue and libertarianism. Exercise of practical rationality and agency is the backbone of virtue itself. The other part of the story is the demand of justice and the recognition of an equality of authority. That is the virtue ethical case for the minimal, and in the limit, the non-existent state. If some of us are to have the moral standing to have non-reciprocal authority over others, that story will require telling, and it will have to be some story.